Alright everybody, you've made it this far and now you're a total pro in 3ds Max. Well, maybe not a complete pro, but you're doing great. And you've learned from a pro for the last 6 hours or so, and you're getting pretty good. So now I think it's time that we take on an assignment, take on a project, because the best way to learn is always by learning the basics and then diving right into a project and coming up with questions, real life questions, and then finding the answers to them as you go along. That is the best way to learn, I have found. And it's always great to have someone there that knows the answer to all your questions. Hopefully someone close by and easily accessible. That person can be me. So that's one of the values of this course. Now, a few things that you need to remember now that we've made it this far. A lot of people ask me, where are the resource files? Hopefully you've found the resource files and you've been following along with this project or a project of your own. Resources are usually right here. It'll say view resources when you're inside the lecture. Now there's a few other things. If you look up here, this is the discussion tab for this particular lecture. I want you to ask questions here. And there's also note taking here. You can view the course description here, which might be helpful to you if you're not understanding what's going on. And down here, this is where you can change your settings for HD or non-HD. A lot of people have issues with that. You can do full screen, and you can also, because for the first 6 hours of this video I made it a long time ago, and it was in an older software for recording and lesser quality production equipment like microphone. Sometimes it is not the best production quality, and I apologize for that. And sometimes I talk really slow too, and I start pausing and taking my time. And I want to go back and start editing those things to clean them up a little bit, but in the meantime, you can always do 1.5 times or two times, so that speeds up my voice a little bit. So I sound funny, but it's not as boring to listen to. So those are some things about the course that you need to keep in mind. Now, beyond that, I want to move on to, also, one thing that you can do at this point is go and offer a review. You can see all you need to do is click up here when you're in the course dashboard. And here, if you want to ask a general question, you can click on this button here. All these things are helpful. Now, I appreciate that you've made it this far, and I know you guys are all doing great. You guys, a lot of you contact me, ask me questions. Everything's fantastic. And I try to answer these questions for you. A lot of you have shared your projects with me, which is also awesome. Now, a lot of you want to get into more advanced things at this point, which is great. If you're not a beginner, if you're just trying to sharpen your skills and learn some of my workflow, that's all awesome. Let's get into something more advanced. I want to take you into a project where I start you off with a model, and then you take it from there using the skills that we've learned thus far. And you can follow along with what I'm doing on my project too, but you don't necessarily need to copy me, but we are going to start with the same model. And then from there, we're going to take it as an assignment to make it as cool as we can. And the awesome thing is that it's going to be an interior scene. So a lot of you want something more advanced. A lot of you want to learn interiors as well as exteriors. And I'll show you how all the principles we've learned thus far apply to interiors as well, plus some new stuff. And we're really going to get into it and try to make something photoreal and really nice so that you guys can continue to increase your professional skills. Now, the name of the course is Pro in 6 hours. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. You're learning from a pro for 6 hours and you've gotten your basics and you're doing really great. Now let's really, really sharpen our skills. And the truth of the matter is, to become a true pro, you got to practice. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into it. We're going to do an actual project, and hopefully we'll get closer to that point where we can say, yes, my portfolio is professional and I'm ready to apply for a job.